solution which he gave. So as usual, since a small thing was missed out by presiding officer, I declare open meeting number 191 of. As usual, like, since you told that I'll be providing a solution for everything, whatever you seek, to the best of my knowledge. So today I just thought I have come out with some solution, which is going to be, which might be a little of small use to all of you. That's the reason why I chose this topic of safety for sure. And most of us would have heard about a place for everything and everything in its place. A place for everything and everything in its place. You heard about it. All of you heard about it? A place for everything and everything in its place. And the next phrase is a time for everything and everything in its time. Okay. So I'm going to deal only about a place for everything. I'm going to start with a place for everything and everything in its place. How many of you follow that? Just touch your hand and tell me. Okay, to a certain extent I follow that. A place for everything and everything in its place.
To some extent.
To some extent. To some extent. Any of you? A place for everything. I know Ashok is a very perfection, no? Perfect. The other name of perfection is Ashok. A place for everything and everything in its place. Okay. And it so happened, like, my father was a very strict person when I was pregnant, and it became a habit of place for everything and everything in its place. And anytime, just walk into my house, things will be there in its place. Everything has got a place and everything will be fine. I remember, like, it has been like this for quite a long time. Anytime, I don't have to telephone me. Anytime, just like as I suddenly can walk into my house and see, things will be in order. And there has never been an occasion where we have missed out certain things, kept the key here, there, nothing like that. To a large extent, it has been like this, maybe 99% or so, I would say. And it has been very comfortable. It's very comfortable. Once you get used to it, you will know how comfortable life can be. In a similar fashion, we all know that, like when we start our vehicle, we ensure that we wear a helmet. And when we sit in the car, we always drive with a seat belt on. That is all mostly because of rules in place. If there is no law enforcing a seat belt, if there is no law enforcing a helmet, will we wear a helmet or will we wear a seat belt? Honestly, we won't. Yes, I know that we won't. When we have a car, when we have a two-wheeler, definitely you have an insurance for that. All of you have. Because again, there is a law. There is a law enforcing that it is compulsory, otherwise there will be a fine, etc., etc. Things go like that. That's the reason why we all have insurance for the car and things like that. We have that safety measures in place. Coming to safety measures for our personal, for our own personal, how safe we are. I'm just going to drive a small little points. Probably many of you will know, but probably you didn't apply it, or some of you might not know also, and it will be useful like that. How many of you have had a policy called, how many of you know that there's a policy called, insurance policy called personal accident policy? LIC, of course, many of you would have invested in LIC. If you have comfortable coverage in LIC, that's okay, I leave it to you. Okay. That's we do take policies, LIC policies for to safeguard our loan purposes, that's what. Or mostly for savings purposes. To safeguard our own personal. Have you thought about that? To safeguard our own personal? Take safety for sure. In fact, 40 years, 50 years back and all, if somebody goes and talks about some insurance policies or something like that, they will always say that generally the terminology is our policy. You talk about death and all these things, but nowadays terminologies have changed. In case if the breadwinner is not there, how to take care of the family, how to create a corpus for the family, things like that. So there is a concept of, in case if I am not there, how much is the comfort which I can leave for the family? What better I can do? Again, at a measure wherein you save your cost also unnecessarily. You don't pay unnecessarily also from your pocket. That is also to be taken care of. So there comes savings for your own self. That is all. Savings for the family, etc., etc. That your own personal safety. How to make it much more safer than what it is as of now. That's what I'm going to deal with. How many of you know there's a policy called personal accident policy?
It's an add-on policy.
Personal accident, a simple personal accident policy. 1, 2. Personal accident policy? Yeah. You have not heard about personal accident policy. You have heard about personal accident policy. Yeah. In fact, actually now it has become very cheaper. It's very cheaper. Maybe you can have as many LIC policies as you have. In fact, if you have credit cards also give personal accident benefits, etc., etc. But to claim from a credit card company, the procedure is it's so cumbersome. But walk into any insurance company or call any of your agent and ask. I'm not canvassing for anything. I'm only driving home at the point of safety than what it is available now at a better, comfortable position. There's a every company has a personal accident policy. Even if you have adequate LIC policies, etc., etc., to cover your own safety, to cover your own investments, etc., I would suggest you call any agent or log in, do whatever it is, and ensure that you take a personal accident policy, which is very cheaper, which probably is around 30 rupees per lakh or something like that. You can have it for around 60, usually the terminology is around 10 times your earning capacity. If you are earning around 10 lakhs per annum, you can even go up to 1 crore, for which you will have to pay an annual premium of only 3,000 rupees or so. Maybe take for a simple 50 lakh rupees or something like that. Every year you pay around 1,500 rupees, and there is a hidden benefit which is not usually visible outside. In case of death, the policy will pay 50 lakh to the policy to your family members. But in case of a partial disability, suppose if a person there is an accident and they are unable to work for about 6 months, you are bedridden for 6 months, a major fracture, there is a clause in that policy which has been there for quite a long time, which is not properly propagated actually. There is a weekly benefit of 5,000 rupees. A weekly benefit of 5,000 rupees, which runs up to 102 weeks actually. You may have to produce the proof that you are bedridden for so many number of days, and all the proofs that there is a hospitalization, there is a fracture, etc. That's all. The company has to pay, will pay, any company for that matter, 5,000 rupees per week, up to 100 weeks. It can go up to 100 weeks. A very simple safety measure which all of you can take.
How many weeks?
102 weeks it's available, up to 102 weeks, 5,000 rupees per week for your disability. Any fracture, simple kind of fracture. Let's not think about death. Okay, once we die, then we don't know what's going to happen. That's a different issue altogether. But these are all things which might happen in spite of all the safety measures which we take. Suddenly somebody will come and hit. That's what we always say. We always say that we are always right, and somebody comes and hit. That's another story. So this is one simple, cheaper initiative which all of us can do, and which will much more double our safety. In spite of all the safety measures, a simple extra thinking will safeguard us from unnecessarily financial burdens. So with these simple tips, I go on adding tips little by little, small hidden tips which is not visible outside. I thought I'll share it with all of you. So let's go on with our. That's the reason why I thought safety for sure. So safely we will move on we'll just pass on with the proceedings of the day. So every Toastmasters meeting has, probably all of you will know that since only Meraki are there,